So now, one of the things I want to make sure you guys are doing is really keeping a unique control of your company account and how your company's is structured. Whatever you're doing, if you're selling, products online, or if you just, incorporating like a outside business into, your 9 to 5, you want to make sure you have that structure that we talked about in part 1 down pat. Having that company account and having your systems running, in the same type of, with the same type of flow is important. So basically, just understanding that you are separating your money. That's basically what it is. That the income you have coming in is going to that system. And it's better when you do things based off of that system than just saying, I have X amount of dollars in my bank account and I do whatever with that money. If you're not breaking it up and allocating the money, then you're going to find out fast that the money is going to disappear. So that business structure, the account structure is really important. So now what that would entail is making sure that the money you have coming in, you are making sure that you put right back into the business and that you're paying yourself a salary. So, if you're making really good profit, you're going to have a lot of money coming in. You're going to have enough money to keep the business going. You're going to have money to pay the bills and really, survive and live. But there's going to be money left over. And then that money left over, again, you want to make sure you take in as much of that as possible and putting it back into the business. So basically what we talked about in part 1 is having your 3 months. Of course, by this time, you already have that 3 months out the way. You have your savings. You know how much is going to your bills. But now, since you started the company, you have this company account. So that's a whole nother separate account, your business account. Basically, we're going to get into this a little bit more. So as much money as possible, you want to have going into that business account. And I'm going to show you in a second about, we talked about this a little bit, about when you're setting up your LLC and you get your business account set up. And how that's really going to benefit you having that separate business account under an EIN. So when you have your EIN attached to that business account, it's a complete different social, and it's all attached to your business. And the more money you have in there, the better bank's going to look at you. So they want to see that you are continuously putting money in there, and then you're going to see what comes. You're going to see how, one, you're going to qualify for major loans. They're going to be just mailing you credit cards. Like, I can't tell you how many credit cards I just cut up. I had to turn away because they'll just start sending you crazy credit cards with crazy limits, and they really tempting. But if you're doing well with your business structure, you don't need to take these. But you want to make sure you have it set up that way so you are not missing out on any of the benefits that you can be getting by having your business structured correctly. And so when you have your separate business account, you got the money, the bulk of the money going in there. You have your bills and everything taken care of. You have a separate savings account for yourself. I mean, it's the way to go. It's the way you want your business to be structured. It's the way you want to have things going. In the beginning, it might not be much that you're putting in there, but that's how you start. Because what's going to happen is you want to make sure if something goes wrong, you have double, triple backup. You got your backup with your rent, your 3 months saved. You have the backup with your savings account, and you have the backup with your business account. That's huge. That's huge. And if you bank it with different banks, that's good. But if you have the same bank and they can see all of this structure that you have, and that, they basically want to see that they can trust you, you have this good, sound foundation for not just your personal life, but your business as well, you're going to see what happens. Eventually, credit score is going to go up. And you're really going to be able to do a lot more things. And if you have the imagination, if you know where you want to go with your company, you can now use that money to go ahead and branch out and do bigger things. So now a lot of you have sent me messages. A lot of people are still having problems with credit issues. You got to really understand how this whole thing works, especially now since 2008 with credit and banks being a lot more lenient with people's credit scores. Because they know after 2008, a lot of people's credit, was messed up. The thing is, and what they're not telling us, is that there are rules to credit scores. There are laws. This is why if you ever apply for something, you got a letter back in the mail, and they tell you why they have to send you that letter. If you notice you apply for something, you got turned down, it's like they send you a letter. It's like, no, it's no. Now, you'll notice if it's an official place, that's dealing with a bank, they'll send you out that letter. If it has to do with a loan, credit card, what have you, you'll get that letter. And the reason why is because they have to let you know by law that they looked at your credit report. And a lot of places know, because they looked at your credit report, your credit score went down. Forget all the bullshit these commercials is telling you when they say, oh, with Credit Karma, if you check your credit score, it won't go down. Yeah, that's with Credit Karma. And that's with some other places. But other places, yes, when they check your credit score, it goes down. You're supposed to know your score. And that's one of the main things. So they kind of look at it as deceitful. You applying for something knowing your credit score is low, and that's how they just look at it on a low. So your credit score kind of sort of goes down because it's almost like you lying and you going against your word. You're saying you're credit worthy, but you're not when we ran your credit. So it's like a point against you. This is some of the stuff they won't tell you. And the thing is, there's rules to it. So by law, they have to let you know, one, they check your credit. But two, you also have the right to refute any claim on your credit. And that's what it tells you in a letter, basically. You can go ahead and check with the credit bureau and refute any kind of claims. Now, also, you have statutes of limitations on credit reports. Now, everybody talk about, the 7 years and everything like that. It's going to be off my credit and all that. You don't got time to wait 7 years. The whole thing is, when you go ahead and dispute a lot of the claims on your credit report, they are mostly malicious. And let's just say, you went and you got a phone, you ain't paid a cell phone bill. The cell phone bill is under a certain amount. It's been a long time since then, and they sold your credit or sold your debt, let's say, to a creditor. That's some of the best things that can happen that a lot of people don't realize. When you get that letter or that phone call from a debt collector, that debt collector has just bought your debt. And what they do is, it's the new thing that's really big right now. What they do is they basically go to the banks, let me see all the debt you have under 30,000, and they say, well, take this off your hands. We'll give you 10 grand, for this. You get some money. Now, a lot of times the initial loan probably wasn't even worth 30 grand. It could have been 5 grand because of penalties, and over time it and boosted up to about 30 grand. So you have cases like that. They have a lot of other cases where, you got to really realize they're just typing in numbers. So if it was like a credit card and it's just credit and the person was not really having liquid cash, they was using credit a lot. We're talking about numbers here, and that's just keeping it real. So a lot of the times the bank take those deals if these companies that buy debt do multiple deals. So they get a nice big chunk of change. So once that's done, basically the debt has been sold off and is now forwarded to a creditor. So the bank will give the creditor, the new collection agency, I should say, sorry, not creditor, but collection agency. They would give them the information on the person, and they will go ahead and pursue that whole situation. Now, the thing is, what you can do, if you go out, there's a lot of companies now that, basically a lot of lawyers that do this now, that repair credit. Now, what these lawyers do is they go ahead and dispute all the claims on your credit report. So by law, a lot of these claims can be knocked off if the debt has been paid off by a person that buys debt, a debt collector or a debt buyer, and there was a payment on it, and there's a certain amount of money, it's a little cap, and there's a certain amount of times the cap for that as well, to where it doesn't apply to you no more. It's done. This is why when them debt collectors call and you leave them alone and you stop messing with them, after a while they go away because the time is run out. Now, some of them are pressed their luck. They'll hit you with all the little scams about sheriffs coming to your place and everything like that. A lot of scams they got. But really, once the lawyers get involved and you hire these people to come in, they can really wipe a lot of the stuff off your credit report, and it'll really boost your credit score. Now, this is for like personal credit, plain and simple. The reason why I'm saying this is what we're about to get into in a second is because a lot of you guys, and when I talk to a lot of people that send me the messages, a lot of you guys are not doing the LLCs. A lot of people are scared of the EINs and that whole process. You got to understand, this is America. This is America, and this is how you get around. This is how all these corporations we see everywhere, And all these people that's making big money, this is what they're doing. This is what I'm doing. And it's because of you having that EIN and having an LLC. It's going to get you places. Things like this is going to be what gets you by and really help your business grow, because then you're not going to be so much worried about the profits coming in from the business, because you're going to have this nice line of credit that's going to really get you through. And as the business grows, you know, you have those cushions there to really keep you going. I mean, when I started out, that's what really kept it going. Me having these lines of credit, me having my stock, me having my little bit of savings, me having my contingencies and everything like that. And then, you know, money just start coming in. And then, you get these chunks of money and you just put it back into the company. You got your personal money. I was still able to do everything I wanted, bills completely paid, and still able to go out and do anything I wanted to do. But then you'll see the business account grows and grows, and the bank sees this. They know. So they're going to be on your top. They're going to be offering you everything, and you're going to qualify for everything. But the main thing, of course, is to grow the business. Keep it going. Figure out new ways to bring in different incomes and multiple incomes and keep the business growing. This is really important as you really move forward. It's a lot of you that have been sending me messages that started and doing good. This is what you need to make sure you're doing moving forward. So now I want to show you guys real quick about setting up your LLC and getting your EIN. I talked about this briefly before, but people was having more questions about the setup. Now, it's real basic, and the reason why I want you guys to choose LegalZoom is because, as you'll see with some of the other sites, it's expensive, and even with LegalZoom, it's expensive depending on what state you're in. Different states, it's different to get your LLC and to get that out the way. The prices are different. They have different procedures, but at least with LegalZoom, because it's going to cost you somewhere between let's say $6,000 and $1,000 to get this thing set up. But at least with LegalZoom, they give you the option of making payments, and some of the sites don't do that. But let's take a look. Let's take a look. See on the website, it says here, business formation, LLC corporation. So you would click on that, and you have limited liability company. This is what you want to click on right here. And you just type in your name. So we're going to call this personal economics. You check availability. You put in your state. Excuse me, Nevada, of course, not Las Vegas. And it says, yeah, it's available. Get my LLC. And if you already have the business set up, you can get it soon, feature day, and, it's running already. So the business is already launched, and, let's hit, it's already running. And it's giving you, basically some of the services it provides. For a lot of you guys, it'll be your first LLC. So, you'll hit yes. And let's just type in online sales, and I already have it here for us. Online sales. Continue. If you're going to have employees, put it in, but for right now, no. And services it provides, they give you a free month of these services. Now, here you go with the simple operating agreement, $99. The operating agreement with the EIN, and here you go with the operating agreement, EIN, and the licenses. Might as well just get this one, the complete package. And you're required by law to basically have an expert, and you can have your own or you can use theirs. So you get the month service for a lot of this stuff for a month. I think it's only like $150, or it says $320 a year after all that. But you see here, you can wait a month for everything, 15 business days, or get it to 7 to 10 business days, the VIP service. And it's $349 plus the $425 for this state. And your state might be different, depending on where you live at. You might have way less. I know in California it's like 100 or something, in Pennsylvania it's 100 or something. But let's click this here, Gold Express. And again, what I talked about before with Bank of America, they have this here where, you know, you can basically get $300 for your business account. So let's click no thanks right now. And it's giving you the rundown. So as I said, it'll be like around $1,000 the total here. $973. Continue to checkout. And you know, once you enter all your information, everything right here, you see it gives you an installment plan for 3 months, 3, 26, 34. And it makes it easy for you to go ahead and take care of this in 3 months. And you know, it's easier for a lot of people versus paying, you know, $1,000 up front. So it's definitely something you might want to take advantage of. So now another thing people are really starting to see on social media and on the internet is the whole way to make money from t-shirts. A lot of people are being really creative, but the process right now, understanding that it's a huge market. So many people wear t-shirts, and it's something you can wear in the winter and in the summer as well. And if you have, I mean, the right designs, it's just, you know, sky's the limit. And it's a lot of creative designs out there right now that a lot of people are using and a lot of people are buying. So if you take advantage of the right design at the right time, you can really make a lot of money selling t-shirts. So what I want to show you guys is that you don't have to have any real skill in graphic design and graphic arts to sell t-shirts or to make t-shirts. You don't need to know Photoshop really well or anything like that. It's a lot of companies out there that will sell you the designs. All you have to do is have the correct platform to basically put the t-shirts together, which I'll show you, and get the t-shirts out for sale, as I talked about with Shopify, how you can set this whole thing up. We're going to get into that in a little bit. A lot of people have questions about that as well, but it's a simple process when you understand. But it's a lot of companies out there, as I said. You know, if you were to come up with t-shirts of your own or take designs, like let's say you want to use, you know, Thanos is big right now from the Avengers movie. That's a t-shirt that's selling a lot. If you wanted to use that image, you know, you would have to get licensing and everything like that. But a lot of these companies already have the licensing, and it will basically, you know, sell you Deadpool designs, Thanos, Dragon Ball Z, whatever you want. They have it for you to put on shirts and go ahead and sell and not have to worry about licensing and everything like that. I have to worry about copyright, you know, or anything like that. It's all taken care of. So, you know, it's a lot of different sites and creative ways you can do this. And a lot of ways you can really, you know, test the market as far as designs and what's selling and what people are looking for. And it's just so many different places out there. So I'm going to be getting into basically one of the sites that I use and one of the places I get designs from, and show you how this process works. So let's take a look. So here's the site right here, T-shirt Factory. And as you can see, you know, they have different designs. Deadpool is popular right now. It's coming out, Thanos. And you see how they really give you, you know, a good idea of what these shirts could look like. But you got to keep in mind also that you can really customize these and change them into what you want. I mean, Frieza with the Infinity Gauntlet, that's a pretty cool shirt. People might like that. And it's so many different things here. This design right here I actually use on one of my shirts. And there are very few people who really even know about these things, and I'm showing you guys because you buy in the series, but there's a lot of people who have, I also use this one, there's a lot of people who have no clue about a lot of these things. And you know, they make cool t-shirts if you edit them right and you do them correctly. You'll be surprised that, you know, when you advertise into different people all over, you'll be surprised the stuff that people like that they will actually buy and spend money on. But this is a site that you can go to and really get different ideas and designs, and you know, switch them over here to Photoshop. Here's one design right here, and as you can see, it's a little predator thing. You can customize it, you know, turn it off, change the color, you know, it's a lot of different things you can do. You know, just that little shadow right there, take it off, put it on, and you can really edit, you know, the entire thing and really change colors and put in your own unique design that you might like. You know, so for instance, let's just do something like this. Boom, change that color to kind of sort of match down here. That's the background. Switch that back. And you know, you can really get into a lot of these places and make it what you like, add words or what have you, and just do cool things. I want to change colors. Okay, I guess it's part of the background, but yeah, you get the picture. You know, different things you can do here. But yeah, I'm just clicked on the mask right here. That's why it's only changing the mask. I just realized that. Yeah. But let's see if I click on something else here. Let's say, now I can change this as well. And yeah, you can customize it to whatever you want. And then, you know, once you done doing that and you get it to your liking, if you had set up an account, Picture Aura is something you can use that you can combine with your Shopify account. And you know, it's a woman's shirt. This is something you can just go on ahead and just, once you finish with your image, you know, bring it in here. And this is a shirt that I sell right here, that Rise of the Queens, and you can of course adjust it and, you know, make it to how you want. But you can also change the color of the shirt. Let's try it on the black shirt or what have you. And it's simple, you know, it'll give you an image ready for you to use if you want to put it on Instagram or what have you. But it will automatically push it to your Shopify website and have it available for sale, and you can add in the price and customize and everything like that. And it's a real simple way that you can, you know, get images, customize them and sell them, you know, put them on t-shirts and sell them, and on other things and sell them as well. So definitely something you want to take advantage of. So now, another huge way to make money. And, you know, I want to be giving you guys just different examples. We talked about a lot in the last part 3, and a lot of different ways you can make money. But I want you guys to really put your mind out there and think. It's so many different things that you see on a daily that's running through the timeline. A lot of people stay away from Facebook and Instagram, but if you really paying attention to what people are doing or what you're seeing, it's a lot of business opportunities out there that people are not really understanding, you know, how to make money from. That's simple. Now, one of the biggest things right now is the shoe craze. It's always been huge, but it's getting even bigger. And, you know, right now you have sneakers trading like stock. Like, it's literally like a stock exchange for sneakers right now, and what sneakers are buying and what they are selling at. Jordan may be probably one of the first sneakers like on the New York Stock Exchange eventually, because how the market is for his shoes. And what Jordan has effectively done, as well as Nike, is really create a lot of jobs and a lot of business opportunities for people. A lot of people don't understand how big this is. And I'm an avid shoe collector. Anybody who knows me, you know, I collect sneakers, and I have quite a collection here and in Sweden as well. And I understand what this stuff goes for and how rare a lot of this stuff is. And a lot of people are just not seeing what's taking place. So you have to understand, you know, you have, you know, almost every year now being less and less because of the market, Jordan releasing retro sneakers. A lot of people know about this, and we all seen the whole craze, and a lot of people wasn't really understanding it. And, you know, it's been like a cool thing now to basically, you know, shun black people for buying Jordans or whatever like that. And I always say support black businesses no matter who they are, and no matter how much you like it. That image, that look of a successful black person is what we must keep. There's a lot of rich billionaire white folks out there that are shitty, but they are protected by their white folks, and they protect their people. We need to protect ours. And Jordan has been doing this thing, and he does a lot, as I talked about before. But in this case, this is amazing. This is huge. So what's going on is you have the Jordans releasing, the retros, as I said, And a lot of them come out between let's say $140 to $200. You'll see them come out for. And the whole thing is, as you know, if you buy these sneakers, once they release, remember, the stores have raffles, which is why you see these lines. They have first come, first serve, which is why you see the lines. And, you know, whatever's left over, you get what you get. Your size may run out. You may be asked out. But when it's a rare sneaker coming out or a popular sneaker coming out, what people do is, of course, they buy multiples. They'll buy multiple sneakers. And you have the pair if you're going to keep one for yourself. And then they have ones that they know they're going to sell later. Because what happens is when these shoes sell out, the prices double or even triple or quadruple sometimes. Now, anybody knows if you bought the retro 11s, the all red ones, when they came out, they was $190. When they disappeared, they $400 and some change. And it's the same thing, you know, with the 11s that's coming out in December, the black and white ones, they're going to be $190. Try to buy them right now and they're between $400 and $600. So when they come out for $190 in December, a lot of people are going to be getting multiple pairs. They probably sell out within an hour. And because people know, and a month later, this thing is going to probably double or triple. This is what's happening. So you have sneakers that are thousands of dollars. You know, you have Yeezys, you have Jordans. We're talking about ranging from $10,000 to $50,000 for sneakers. It's crazy. So the market is huge, and a lot of people are not taking advantage of it. And a lot of our people are not taking advantage of it. We buying the sneakers and wearing them as just, you know, to have them as a symbol or just to say we balling instead of paying attention to the huge monetary value and the huge investment opportunity in getting multiple sneakers, which you will want to get 8, 8.5, 10, 10.5, and 12, which is the most popular sizes that sell out all the time. So those sizes is what you want to buy. And those are the sizes that are reselling. Now, another thing about this market is you have places like Urban Necessities here in Las Vegas and other shoe stores that sell the vintage sneakers as well as used sneakers. Yep, used sneakers. Huge market for the resale of sneakers, believe it or not. Just look on eBay. And you have lightly worn, they'll call them, sneakers to where, I mean, you look at them, I mean, you can't tell. They look brand new in a lot of cases. And people actually buy these sneakers. Now, me personally, I don't want to buy no sneakers that somebody actually wore. But a lot of cases, it's sneakers that people tried on or sneakers that people bought and, you know, just wore once or whatever like that and wanted to resell them for whatever reason. So you have places like Urban Necessity that sells brand new and used sneakers, as well as you have places like Stadium. You have places like GOAT, online places that basically they're like a middleman for people who trying to resell sneakers, not just Jordans and Nikes as well. The foams are huge. So what happens is if you have an account with them and you have these sneakers, what you can do is you can basically list that you have these sneakers for sale and you put them on the site and everything like that. So if somebody comes up there and wants to buy them, what happens is they'll notify you. You send the sneakers to them. They'll make sure that they're authentic and everything like that, all legit. And then, you know, you get your money, they get their cut, and they send it to the buyer. But it's another huge way of making money here and there if you're a person who has the money to go out and, you know, and purchase multiple pairs of these sneakers. And when you look online at what these sneakers go for, I mean, it's a huge profit and a huge way to make money. And I mean, you just look at some of the sneakers that released already that when they came out, you know, the price was $200, you know, $190. And now, you know, we're talking like $700 for sneakers. And, you know, you look at the foams, the Galaxy foams, you know, man, the Chinese New Year Jordans, we're talking about those when they came out was like $230. Now they're about, you know, $400. And the Galaxy foams, I mean, we're talking from $400 to about $1,500 and up $2,000 in some cases for a lot of these sneakers. It's a huge business, a huge market in sneakers. And if you can go out and you have the money to purchase multiple pairs, it's a way to make big chunks of money, sporadically here and there, depending on how much you buy and the popularity of the sneaker. So that's just another way that you can go ahead and make crazy money off of something really simple using the internet. Now, also another thing you can do if you're knowledgeable about sneakers and the popular sneakers that people have, you have a lot of sneakers out there with crazy colors and crazy styles. And in some cases with Jordans and Nikes, they do release shirts to match with sneakers. They release, jerseys and shorts or what have you to match with some sneakers, but they basic styles, nothing too crazy. And some of them are okay, but you have a lot of people now who are taking advantage of the sneaker craze. And what they are doing is they are designing shirts to basically match with a lot of these, real popular, sneakers. It's a huge market for this. A lot of people are looking for clothes to match a lot of these sneakers and things to go with them. And a lot of people are being really creative with a lot of these shirts and designs. So if you are a person who has design skills or Photoshop skills and you know what you're doing, that is a huge market. A lot of people will take their shirt designs. And as I showed you with Print Aura and Shopify, how you can go ahead and just upload your image onto the shirt and everything and just boom. A lot of people will show that shirt with the sneakers when they advertise the shirt for sale and just let people know that, hey, this shirt will match these sneakers, it'll match these foams or these Jordans or these Nikes or these, the Air Max or what have you. And it's huge.